All right, May is normally my lazy month, and the reason is April's turkey season here in South Carolina. And man, we're really pounded for April. I'm hunting turkeys during the day, coyotes at night. So then I slow down at the beginning of May. We had 40 kills, had 40 harvests up until May 1st. Took a little bit of a break. I went out occasionally, but the weeds are getting high, the fields are getting high. So I take off the first couple weeks of May every year, and then we get back out here. So tonight I text some landowners, and I wanted to put a feeder up in one of the fields on one landowner. Text him, told him I'd be in the area. Text my second landowner, told him I'd be checking the fields tonight. And he told me he had just cut this field and he had hog damage in it. So I knew I was going to hit this one. I wanted to hit this one closer to midnight because it tends to, man, right at about that time, 11, 12, 1 in the morning, them hogs come out in these fields. So I went over to the other place, checked the fields, put my feeder out, and I came up here. I parked at the field, and you'll see, I got a little bit of video that I walk up in the shadows, and I come out into the field, man, and it's bright, almost a full moon. I didn't look at the illumination, but man, it's got to be 85 to 90% illumination tonight. Came out and I hit this field that he freshly cut. He hasn't raked it, he hasn't anything yet, just cut it. And I seen one hog about halfway out in the field, maybe about 100, 120 yards. Sometimes I make a mistake here and I come up with my scanner and I don't bring my weapon. So I went back to the vehicle, got my weapon ready, slid out here and slid out right to the edge of that shaded area in the lane where the trees have some shade from that moon. And I sat up right there on that edge, and there was 3 big boars out here. Before I got the recording going, I seen one of the boars. This boar chased the other 2, so he seemed to be the biggest of the 3, I believe. The other one, there was one that was pretty close to him, and they're out here kind of turning sideways. I'm picking which one I'm gonna take a shot at, and they get in a good area. And bam, I drop this one, and the other 2 take off up the field, man, here. And I come out here to make sure he was down because I seen him kicking out here. But sometimes, man, these big ones will get back up and they'll head into the wood line. So I came out here, made sure he was done, took a picture real quick, and I headed back, and I got lucky. I found probably the stupidest hog ever. We're going to go over there in a second, but I walked over there, man, and walked up on the dumbest boar I've ever encountered. So let's go over to that other side, 41 and 42 down. Let's take a look at that other hog. All right, over here, picture looks a little bit better. Got some fog moving in, a lot of dew in the area now, man. It's getting wet a little bit, but the smaller boar was over here. But what happened is, took that boar over there on the other hillside, start walking back to my vehicle to go back and get my cameras to do some recording. And I look up on this hill with my scanner, and there's a hog looking right at me. I mean, literally standing straight at me, looking at me. And bad part is, I'm aimed right at the house over there, the farmer's house over there. So what I do, I take those times to get some good footage for you. But this hog watched me walk across that field. I sat down, I got down on my 6.5 Creedmoor, and I'm using the Swagger bipod now. It hooks onto a Picatinny rail on the underneath, and spread it apart, use that Swagger bipod. Sat down on the ground, and because of the angle toward the house, I took my time and I got you some video in that Armasight Contractor 640. Reason I use the 640 tonight is when there's a lot of illumination and I got a big field like this, sometimes my shots are going to be 200, 250 yards. So I take that bigger scope in instances like this, when I'm on the feeder or I got darker conditions where I can stalk in closer, I'm going to use that 320. I can get in closer, get some good video. But what I did is I took that time to get you some video here, and I waited till that hog came the whole way out here. Really good angle down toward just some open fields, and I dropped that second one. But this one knew I was there, watched me across the top of that hill. I don't know what he thought I was, whether he thought I was a deer, another hog. That group of 3 was out here. Maybe he was with them, and he was just coming up late, seen me over there, didn't know exactly what I was, but I took that number 42 for the year here on May. I think it's May 19th. We're at 42. We're going to get back on the hogs now. I got some feeders out for Hunter and Ethan. I think I only got 2 or 3 set up right now, but I'm going to get up to 9 as we go into May, June, July, and August for hogs, getting ready for deer in September. So thanks for watching, like, and subscribing. 2 nice boars down tonight. Much more coming for you 2024.
With a piece in my hand and bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Might makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me, take me home.